Good morning. So this is the beginning of another reading vlog. It's the morning and I have to get ready still, but I just want to pop in and say welcome to another video, and I'm gonna get dressed, get started with my day. I have to sit next to my daughter while she has her online schooling, so I'm gonna be doing that today, but I will talk about what I'm currently reading in a minute. So this is my outfit. Sorry if you hear noise in the background. I started tucking in shirts and I think it's working better, but that's what I'm wearing, and I should just show you. It snowed outside, which is a typical Canadian May weather, so it'll melt by the end of the day, but it's always kind of annoying. I'm gonna quickly do my makeup and then we'll talk about the books. Let's talk about the books that I want to talk about. If you hear noise in the background, I'm very, very sorry. I've been having the biggest reading slump, video slump for a very long time. A lot has been happening in my life, and so I just haven't gotten around to doing stuff, and so I just haven't been reading. I haven't been really wanting to read, and I just been busy doing other things. I was in the middle of 3 books. I've down to 2. As you can see, I'm like in the middle of both of them, but I'm not sure how motivated I am to read them, which is crazy because they're super popular right now. First one is Rule of Wolves. This is the second book in the Nikolai duology in the grishaverse. So this is book like 3, 5, 6, 7 in the entire series really, but it's the second book in this specific duology, and I am really enjoying it. And I got to, I think, part 2, but I kind of pushed it back a bit because I feel like I need to reread some sections, because I'm like, who is this person again? We were gonna read from someone's perspective, and I don't know who it was. I think I got to like part 2, but I was really enjoying it and I was really, really liking it, but life got in the way, and so I put it down. And even before that, I was in the middle of A Court of Silver Flames, which is book 4 in the Court of Thorns and Roses series, and again, I was really enjoying this, but life was getting super busy. I got pretty decent through it, but again, I'll probably have to go back and reread some chapters. I got up to chapter 48, and you know, so that's page 490 out of 750-ish page book, so I got like a good chunk of the way through. But I don't know if these are ambitious right now. These been like hanging over my head because I never got around to finishing them, and I did like crack this open, and I was like getting ready to read and just like, you know, just get into it, just, you know, go back a few chapters, reread some chapters, and I had some music in, and it was just like I couldn't do it. I like literally couldn't do it. I like closed the book up and I'm like, I can't right now. So I don't know what mood this is. I did wonder about picking another book up just to like read something quick and easy. I did pick up I've Got Your Number by Sophie Kinsella. Honestly, this was the only book that really called to me as an easy, quick read book to read, because I really love Sophie Kinsella's writing, and she's always really funny and I always enjoy her books. So this was one that I thought of. Everything else wasn't really doing it for me, so I don't know what I'm gonna do. I think even though I did pick this up, I think I might still try and work on this, but as of right now, I feel like I just need to sit and like ponder things. I know that sounds so weird. I feel like part of the reason why I'm in the reading slump is I haven't quite figured out how my schedule is going to be, and I've been struggling a lot because a lot has happened. We recently moved, my daughter started a new school, now she's on like online learning right now, and so there's just been a lot of like shifting around, and I haven't quite figured out how to fit just life around all this, and I'm tired. So with everyone at home, it's been more cooking and things like that. So yeah, so I'm gonna sit next to my daughter. I need to sit next to her. That was the other thing. I'm like, you know, if I have to sit next to her to make sure she stays focused, I may as well read. But there's other things I want to figure out at the same time as well. So we'll see what I end up doing. Okay, so I'm so proud because I finally actually cracked open a book and actually read like a couple chapters. I think that's always the hardest bit, and once I started getting going, it was fine. But I'm understanding why I'm struggling reading, and it's just I'm constantly getting interrupted. And so I think I just feel like I just don't have time, and in a way I guess I don't. But so like my daughter's has her school and stuff, and I have my son around, and I deliberately sat at the kitchen table and started reading with like music and stuff, and that was fine and everything. But honestly, I'd be like reading a page and then someone's asking me something and then I'm like continuing. So like it's just there's a lot of distractions happening right now, and it's fine. It's just like I think I just have to accept that I may not read a lot because I just have so much going on. So but I read over 30 some pages, so I'm happy about that. So I started on page, like, and I'm reading slow because it's been so long since I've read, even though I'm rereading stuff. So I started on page 193 and I got up to page 232. So I read 40 pages actually. So that's actually pretty good. I'm very happy about that. So I'm on page 232. I'm still rereading things, and I'll be rereading for like a few more chapters. I just really wanted to reread some encounters again because I couldn't quite remember. I can't say too much because it's like a sequel and stuff, but I wanted to refresh my memory, but I remember now. So I'm glad I'm rereading some sections. So it's going good. I'm enjoying it. I actually really enjoying this way more than King of Scars. I know King of Scars was a bit controversial and I didn't really love it, but I reread it and I recommend this to anyone. And it's a bit of a rigmarole, but it worked for me. Is I read Nina's chapters separate from Nikolai's. So this past time, I didn't even read much of Nina's chapters because I mostly remembered what happened with Nina. But I specifically wanted to reread Nikolai's chapters, and that's all I did. I only read Nikolai's chapters, like Nikolai and Zoya, so like that storyline. And I enjoy that storyline so much more this time around, and I thought it was interesting rereading it. Having know what the twist is at the end of King of Scars. So I did enjoy that whole journey. And it's not nearly as bad as I remember it, and isn't as disjointed as I remember, because since I was just reading that one narrative, that one story, it felt more consistent. Where I felt like reading it with Nina's chapters was harder to get through because there were two separate storylines that weren't really connected quite yet, and they still aren't connected in here, but it feels more purposeful because there's like one big war basically happening, and Nina is on one side of the war and Nikolai and the rest of the group are on the other. And so yeah, I'm enjoying this a lot more, and I'm curious to see what happens. I am enjoying it. I would say it's probably like a 4-star right now. I'm not like super obsessed, but I'm excited to see the direction the story is going. So I'm gonna read some more. I'm just so proud that I read something, and I have some time right now to keep reading, and I probably have a lot of time until I have to start thinking a bit about dinner. So that's all good. Chapter 20. Making me cry. Oh, sucks. So, I want to update my progress. It's much later. I took a bit of bath. That's why my hair was not looking so good. And I just had like a nap, and we had dinner. And I've been reading, and I'm so happy because I've read up to page 306. I've read over 100 pages. I think I read like 113, and I just feel so much better now that I've kind of jumped over the hurdle of just like reading. I don't know, it's been so long that I don't know if nervous is the right word, but I just felt all this pressure because I haven't been reading, and I feel like I ought to, and I just really got back into the story again, and I'm feeling really good about it. I am really intrigued. There was like a really sad moment that I knew happened because I did read up to that part. I just wasn't sure whether it really happened or not, if it was a fake out or not. And yeah, I won't say what it was, but it was very emotional and sad, and definitely drained now because I've had a very good cry over it. And I think Leigh Bardugo is doing a really good job when it comes to the sad moments, because in the first trilogy it wasn't guaranteed that something would happen, but now it's pretty guaranteed that something tragic can happen in these stories. So I guess I'm like halfway through. I think I'm more than halfway through. Got a first perspective that was really interesting, and the title of the perspective was a little confusing. I'm like, who is this? And then I'm like, oh, which was such an odd title for this character. But at the end of the chapter, you're like, oh, okay, I see where you're going with that. So that's interesting. I still have no idea what direction this story is gonna go. And I don't even know if this is the last book in this series. I think it is, but I don't know. Like, when it comes to grishaverse, you feel like there's always going to be new books or more books. So I don't know, but I'm interested to see where this continues, where this goes. I'm going to call it a night. I probably will keep reading a little bit, but I'm going to probably take a break. But I just feel so much better. So that is the end of this vlog. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and please subscribe if you have not done so. And you know what? I want you to keep reading. Bye.